Jerusalem. Stand and face Jerusalem. Blessing of the Sabbath day. Repeat the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Hawa'ah.
Hawa'ah.
Lathananaw.
Lathananaw.
Hashabbat.
Hashabbat.
Ba'shalom.
Shalom.
Tawada.
Tawada.
Tamyan.
Tamyan.
Aman.
Aman.
Calling of the 12 tribes. Repeat the Hebrew. Tribes of the east. Yo, what's up?
Yo, what's up?
Banyamin.
Banyamin.
Dan.
Dan.
Shema.
Shema.
Yasharallah.
Yasharallah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ahrahyahla.
Ahrahyahla.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Akkad.
Akkad.
So, turn. Tribes to the south. Shemaiah.
Shemaiah.
Yashakar.
Yashakar.
Zabalawan.
Zabalawan.
Shema.
Shema.
Yasharallah.
Yasharallah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ahrahyahla.
Ahrahyahla.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Akkad.
Akkad.
Sorry. Turn. Tribes to the west. Gad.
Gad.
Asher.
Asher.
Naphtali.
Naphtali.
Shema.
Shema.
Yasharallah.
Yasharallah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ahrahyahla.
Ahrahyahla.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Akkad.
Akkad.
So, turn. Tribes to the north. Roban.
Roban.
Yehowadah.
Yehowadah.
Loya.
Loya.
Shema.
Shema.
Yasharallah.
Yasharallah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ahrahyahla.
Ahrahyahla.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Akkad.
Akkad.
So, turn. Shema Yasharallah, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Akkad. Hear, O Israel, Yahweh is our power, Yahweh is one. Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, Toatam Yad, Aman.
Aman.
The blessing of the Torah. Repeat the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Hamashiach. Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Hawa'ah.
Lathananaw.
HaTorah.
Torah.
The blessing of the ram's horn. Repeat the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Hamashiach.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai. Hawa'ah.
Lathananaw.
Ha'ayah. Lakara.
Lakara.
Ha'ayim. The blessing of the anointing oil. Repeat the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem. Hamashiach.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Hawa'ah.
Lathananaw.
Hashaman.
Zayath.
Mashak. Yasharallah. Tawada. Tamyad. Aman.
Aman.
The Ten Commandments. Repeat the Hebrew. La'ah. Yahaya. Lakar. Alahayim. Al-Karyah. Al-Panya. La'ah. Taisha. Lakar. Pasal. Wala'ah. Taibadam. La'ah. Talakwakwa. Sham. Yahweh. Bashawa. Zakar. Hayawam. Hashabbath. Lakadashwa. Kabad. Abaka. Wa'amaka. La'ah. Yatazachaaq. La'ah. Tana'ah. La'ah. Taganab. La'ah. Ta'inaw. Shakor. La'ah. Takamad. Kav. Asherah. Lara'aika. Ba'ashem. Hamashiach. Yahweh Shai. Tawada. Tamyad. Aman. Ten Commandments in English.
This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 9. After this manner, therefore,
Exodus.
this is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 1. And the Most High spake all these words, saying, I am the Most High thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that's in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Most High, thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Most High thy power in vain, for the Most High will not hold them guiltless that take his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Most High thy power. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Most High made heaven and earth, and the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Most High blessed the Sabbath day, and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Most High thy power giveth thee. Thou shalt not murder. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his donkey, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Hashem Mashak Yahushua Tawat Amen.
Amen. Hallelujah.
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 Hamashiach Palau. Repeat the Hebrew. Abanaw.
Abanaw.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kadash.
Kadash.
Haya.
Haya.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwatka.
Malakwatka.
Taba'a.
Taba'a.
Yatazachaaq.
Yatazachaaq.
Haya.
Haya.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Baharataza.
Baharataza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Haya.
Haya.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Nathanawa.
Nathanawa.
Lacham.
Akam.
Kayawam.
Kayawam.
Wasalaknawa.
Wasalaknawa.
Kabawatinawa.
Kabawatinawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Kabyawatinawa.
Kabawatinawa.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Tabi'ainawa.
Tabi'anawa.
Bansayawan.
Bansayawan.
Habo.
Habo.
Hawashaynawa.
Hawashaynawa.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwat.
Hamalakwat.
Waha'ala.
Wala'ala.
Wataiparat.
Zakarat.
Awa'alyam.
Awa'alyam.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Hamashiach.
Mashiach.
Yahushai.
Yahushai.
Tawada.
Tawada.
Tamyad.
Tamyad.
Aman.
Aman.
Let's pray in English.
This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 9. After this manner, therefore, pray ye, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. For if you forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. Amen.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Psalms 133. Repeat the Hebrew. Shayar.
Shayar.
Hama'alwat.
Hama'abwa.
Ladawad.
Ladawad.
Hana.
Hana.
Ma.
Ma.
Tawab.
Tawab.
Wama.
Wama.
Nayam.
Nayam.
Shabbat.
Shabbat.
Akim,
Akim,
Gam,
Gam,
Yakad,
Yakad,
Kashaman,
Kashaman,
Hatawab,
Atawab,
Ayo,
Ayo,
Harash,
Arash,
Yarad,
Yarad,
Ayo,
Ayo,
Hazakwan,
Azakwan,
Zakwan,
Zakwan,
Aharan,
Aharan,
Shayarad,
Shayarad,
Ayo,
Ayo,
Paya,
Paya,
Madawatyawa,
Nawatiwa,
Kato,
Kato,
Karamwan,
Karamwan,
Shayarad,
Shayarad,
Ayo,
Ayo,
Haraya,
Araya,
Taziyawan,
Tajawan,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Sham,
Sham,
Tazawa,
Tazawa,
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Ath,
Habarakah,
Abarakad,
Kayayam,
Kayayam,
Ai, Hawalam,
Hawalam,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Mashiach,
Mashiach,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Tawada,
Tawada,
Tamyad,
Tamyad,
Aman.
Aman.
Psalms 133 in English.
Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the beard, upon the head, that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Most High commanded the blessings, even life forevermore. Bahashem Mashak Yahushai Thawat Myad Man.
Amen. Hallelujah.
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 Who's the power?
Yahweh the power.
Who's the power?
Yahweh the power.
Ba'ashem.
Yahushai.
Ba'ashem.
Yahushai.
All praises, all thanks, all glory goes to the almighty power, the creator of heaven and earth. We thank you for your mercy. We thank you for bringing us through another week safely without harm. And we ask for your continued mercy. We thank you for giving us the Sabbath day. We pray for all those that face the east on this holy day. We pray for the circumcision and the uncircumcision, that they may come to know you. And all these things we ask, Bahashem HaMashiach Yahushai, Torah Tamyad, Aman.
Aman.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Ashadim, be seated. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Another week in this wicked kingdom. Anybody disagree? Hmm? I don't know. Somebody like this place, let me know. Let me know what's so good about it. Alright? Let's get right into it. Let's get, give me Colossians 3:17.
This is the book of Colossians chapter 3 and verse 17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord of Mashiach Yahushai, giving thanks to the Abba and the Father by him.
Right, so everything we do, we're giving thanks to the Most High. Right, by Hashem HaMashiach Yahushai. Right, everything that we do nothing of ourselves. Right? Hallelujah. Today's portion is Numbers 22:2 to 25:9. All right. You know, give me Job 9:24. All right, Job 9:24. Now, this place is wicked, man. You understand? We grew up in it. We think it's normal, and we come into this truth to find out how wicked it is. But many of our people think that the way that we live is just life, and it's just how it's supposed to be. All right, but it's not. Everybody don't live the same life we live. You got that up? Read.
This is the book of Job chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
Right. So now the earth has been given to the hand of the wicked. So the wicked would be living their best life. Is that not true? Right? Who do we see living their best life? Esau. Yeah, exactly, the heathen. Right? We got a couple of so-called entertainers. But listen, that's the very few of us. You understand? And this society put them in front of us to give the impression that, oh, we can have that too. But it's simply not true. It's simply an illusion. Right? We understand who the wicked is. And they make wickedness normal in this world. When they make us afraid to speak the right thing. You understand? All these issues and hot topics going out. You understand? The righteous are afraid to speak up. Well, not us. You understand? Because Scripture says his teachers will no longer be moved in a corner. Right? That's why we speak openly about what we believe. Right? And we welcome challenges and debates. We don't hide anywhere and say anything in secret. Just like Hamashiach said, he said, I say nothing in secret. Everything I said openly. Right? And we're going to see, read into this portion, that a lot of things that we deal with on a daily basis is wickedness. You understand? So let's get right into it. Numbers 22. Numbers 22. And start at 2.
Mm-hmm. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 22 and verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
And Balak, the son of Zippor, saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites. And Moab was so afraid of the people, because they were many.
Right.
And Moab was distressed because of the children of Israel.
Right. So just to recap, why was Moab so afraid of the children of Israel?
We had a lot of killing.
We have,
the land.
Say that again?
A lot of killing to take over a lot.
Yeah, a lot of bloodshed took place to take a land, right? Because that's typically what happens when you go take over a land and they just don't want to give it up to you. All right? If you fully committed to take something from somebody and they don't want to give it up, but you fully committed, what's going to happen? It's going to get physical. All right? And that's just something small. We're talking about taking over a land, a territory. You understand? That's why is it so important? Territory is so important because why is it your inheritance? Because that's how you can create wealth. Isn't that what popular right now amongst black folks? Talking about creating generational wealth. Right? But why is buying property and land so important?
Farming, animals.
Right. Things that make you money. Right? It's valuable because there's no more of it being made. Right? You get your hands on some of it, the land can sustain life. Right? Give me Deuteronomy 2 and 24. Alright, so we're just going to do a little quick recap. 2 and 24. Right. Because he wasn't afraid for no reason. The Most High put that spirit out. The Lord knew what he was doing when he was orchestrating the children of Israel.
All that land that was conquered on the way up, right?
Absolutely. All that you see, Reuben, Gad, Manasseh. Right? Read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 2 and verse 24.
Rise ye up, take your journey, and pass over the river Arnon. Behold, I have given into thine hand Sihon, the Amorite, king of Heshbon, and his land. Begin to possess it, and contend with him in battle.
Right. Read 25.
Verse 25. This day will I begin to put the dread of thee and the fear of thee upon the nations.
Right. So what the Most High just say right now?
He's going to put the fear of Israel in the hearts of all the nations.
Right. Through magic? Huh?
Wow.
Did he appear to them in a dream?
Wow.
No. Through this battle. Right? The way we were going to demolish the Amorites, Sihon, right, king of Heshbon. Right? Read on.
This day will I begin to put the dread of thee and the fear of thee upon the nations. that are under the whole heaven, who shall hear report of thee, and shall tremble and be anguished because of thee.
Right, so they're going to be in anguish. And it wasn't just Sihon, it was also King Og. Right? So there was 2 battles. The word is getting out. Alright, let's get back to the numbers. So understand what was happening now. He has good right to fear. Another point. Moab had that land before the Amorites. And the Amorites put a slaughtering on them. Put a massive whooping on them. And we just came and rolled right over them. Right? But what Moab don't know, the Most High told us to leave them alone. Go around them. So we weren't even going to trouble them. You understand? All right, let's go. Let's read on.
Verse 4. And Moab said unto the elders of Midian, now shall this company lick up all that are round about us,
right,
as the ox licketh up the grass of the field.
Right, so just like a ox is just out grazing, eating grass, right? Grass is not fighting back, right? And that ox is gonna graze and graze and graze and until he feels like he wants to stop. Right? This is how he is comparing what the children of Israel will do to them. Right? Read on.
And Balak the son of Zippor was king of the Moabites at that time.
Right.
He sent messengers therefore unto Balaam the son of Beor to Pethor, which is by the river of the land of the children of his people,
right,
to call him, saying, behold, there is a people come out from Egypt. Behold, they cover the face of the earth, and they abide over against me.
Right, so there's a people that just came out of Egypt. They cover the face of the whole earth, and they're living right across from me. Read on.
Come now, therefore, I pray thee, curse me this people, for they are too mightily for me.
Right.
Peradventure I shall prevail, that we may smite them, and that I may drive them out of the land. For I wot that he whom thou blessed is blessed, and he whom thou cursest is cursed.
Right. So now Moab sees that he can't outright come out to battle against us and fight us, right? So he wants to put a curse on us. See if he can weaken us. Then he feels like, he can take us in battle. Right? Does that still happen today? Yeah. Absolutely. Right? Absolutely. It's just called psychology today. It's called the projects. An actual project. You understand? They have terms that have been people come up with to describe our condition. Crabs in the barrel. Right? But where crabs belong? In the ocean. Crabs don't belong in no barrel. Right? So who put them there? Right? So now, the conditions that we've been put in, you put any group of people in those conditions, they will what? Eat each other for survival. It's not normal way of living. You understand? If you put a group of people that have lack of everything, lack of resources, finances, right? What are they going to do? They're going to eat. You understand? They're going to eat. They're not going to stay in their house and starve. People are going to go out and do what they have to do. If you create that environment for somebody and they grow up living that environment, they're going to adapt to their environment. They're going to now bring up offspring in that environment. Right? And then there's no legit ways of making any income, yet you provide all the drugs for them to go sell. What are they going to do? Right? You provide all the weapons for them to go shoot and steal, shoot and kill. What are they going to do? Those are the tools you gave them. You stripped everything else away from them. That in and of itself is a curse. All right? The person that's born in that environment is cursed to only know that environment. If you think about it like this, let's say a child is born in a woman's prison, right? A child is born in a prison. He doesn't know he or she, whatever the child is, doesn't know any different. That child is going to grow up and think that's just normal. You do whatever the guards tell you to do. You go to sleep at this certain time. You eat at this certain time, right? Whatever happens in women's prison, fighting, all the other stuff that happened, that's just normal life. Why? Because he doesn't know any different. That'll be normal to them. Would that person be looking for something else to achieve? Looking to leave? Because that's home. You know? And that's some of the issues that Harriet Tubman had. She said she could have freed 1,000 more. Right? The problem was they didn't know they were slaves. They didn't think anything of it. All these things that were put in place, right, to train your mind to think a certain way. That's witchcraft. You understand? And that's all through the curses of Deuteronomy 28. The conditions that we would be in, right? Not necessarily the road, how you got there. But obviously, we realize to the point, we are here. We are hating each other. Why? Now we can trace that back and see what has been done to us, what has been put in place. The reason why I can walk past my brother and hate him instead of saying good morning. Right? Instead of seeing my brother here, he left his car door open, I don't tell him, I jump in it and leave with it. Right? So that's how these nations do, man. They want to put a curse on you because they rather not fight you head up. Right? Read on.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 22 and verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
And the elders of Moab and the elders of Midian departed with the rewards of the divination of their hand.
Right, so they left with the money for the payment, right? Read.
And they came unto Balaam and spake unto him the words of Balak. And he said unto them, Lodge here this night, and I will bring you word again, as the Most High shall speak unto me. And the princes of Moab abode with Balaam.
Right.
And the Most High came unto Balaam and said, What men are these with thee? And Balaam said unto the Most High, Balak, the son of Zippor, king of Moab, has sent unto me, saying, Behold, there is a people come out of Egypt, which covereth the face of the earth. Come now, curse me them.
Right.
Peradventure I shall be able to overcome them, and drive them out. And the Most High said unto Balaam, Thou shalt not go with them. Thou shalt not curse the people, for they are blessed.
They are what?
For they are blessed.
How are they blessed? Because the Most High is right there with them. You understand? The Most High say you blessed, you blessed. And it's not for anybody else. Alright? Read on.
Verse 13. And Balaam rose up in the morning and said unto the princes of Balak, Get you into your land, for the Most High refuseth to give me leave to go with you. And the princes of Moab rose up, and they went unto Balak and said, Balaam refuseth to come with us.
Right. So Balaam said, listen, man, y'all on your own with this one. Alright? Read on.
And Balak sent yet again princes more, and more honorable than they.
Right.
And they came to Balaam and said to him, Thus saith Balak, the son of Zippor, Let nothing, I pray thee, hinder thee from coming unto me. For I will promote thee unto very great honor, and I will do whatever thou sayest unto me. Come therefore, I pray thee, curse me this people.
Right, so now he sent even higher dignitaries, right, with even a higher price. You understand? Show Balaam how important this is to Balak. Right, I'm going to make you honorable, make you a big name, and you're going to be rich. Let's see what he says.
And Balaam answered and said unto the servants of Balak, If Balak would give me his house full of silver and gold, I cannot go beyond the word of the Most High my power, to do less or more.
So listen, it don't matter how much money you have for me. Nothing I can do. Alright? There's nothing I can do. You understand? But Balaam, he kind of spills the beans later on. Alright? He kind of gives something away, and we're gonna see. Read on.
Now therefore I pray you, tarry ye also here this night,
right?
That I may know what the Most High will say unto me more.
Right. So just hold on a little bit, and see if the Lord say something else to me. Read on.
And the Most High came unto Balaam at night, and said unto him, If the men come to call thee, rise up and go with them.
Right.
But yet the word which I shall say unto thee, that shalt thou do. And Balaam rose up in the morning and saddled his donkey, and went with the princes of Moab.
Right. So the Lord told him, listen, all right, go ahead and go with these men, but only say what I'm going to tell you to say. All right? Read on.
And the Most High's anger was kindled because he went. And the angel of the Most High stood in the way of the adversary against him.
For an adversary.
And the angel of the Most High stood in the way for an adversary against him. Now he was riding upon his donkey, and his two servants were with him.
Right, so the Most High told him to go, but then he got upset when he went. Right? Read on.
And the donkey saw the angel of the Most High standing in the way, and his sword drawn in his hand. And the donkey turned aside out of the way, and went into the field. And Balaam smote the donkey to turn her into the way.
Right. So the donkey saw the angel. Balaam didn't see the angel. All right. Why didn't Balaam see the angel? Getting close. Anybody else? For in order for you to see an angel, the Most High has to open your eyes to see that angel. Alright? That's what you got to do when people say they seeing things. Well, then you got to ask yourself, why are you seeing those things? People say they seeing all kind of, goblins and spirits and demons and whatnot. Why are you seeing them things?
Like you said, you saw Jesus in the pizza.
Yeah. Jesus in the pizza, right? Caesar Borgia in the pizza. That's how you know the Lord playing tricks with him. You understand?
With pepperoni, huh?
That's how you know the Most High playing games with him.
Oh, you saw us a trip, boy.
Cause they seen Caesar Borgia. They ain't seen Yahushua.
That's right.
All right. Get 2 Kings.
They give up the spirit. They see.
Right. All right. 2 Kings 6. $17.
This is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 6 and verse 17. And Elijah prayed and said, Most High, I pray thee, open his eyes, that he may see. And the Most
Salakia. Start at 15.
Verse 15.
Uh-huh.
2 Kings chapter 6 and verse 15. And when the servant of the man of the Most High was risen early
Uh-huh.
and gone forth, behold, an host compassed the city both with horses
Uh-huh.
and chariots. And his servant said unto him, Alas, my master,
Right.
how shall we do?
Right. So now Elisha and the servants, they rose up. And an army came against them and compassed them. Now the servants asking Elisha, what we gonna do? Right? Read.
And he answered, Fear not,
Mm-hmm.
for they that be with us are more than they that be with them.
Right. Uh-huh. Read on.
And Elisha prayed and said, Most High, I pray thee, open his eyes, that he may see.
Uh-huh.
And the Most High opened the eyes of the young man,
Right.
and he saw. And behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots
Uh-huh.
of fire round about Elisha.
Uh-huh.
And when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto the Most High, and said, Smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness.
Uh-huh.
And he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elisha.
Right.
And verse 19. And Elisha said unto them, This is not the way, neither is this the city. Follow me, and I will bring you to the man whom ye seek. But he led them to Samaria.
Right. So the reason for going here was to show that Elisha was at one point the understudy of Elijah. And he saw Elijah go up in a chariot of fire. And he prayed for a double portion of Elijah's spirit. Right? So you know this man's a powerful man. You understand? A powerful man. He walked into a city and some children started to make fun of him. Go up thou bald head. He called out 2 bears out the woods. And those kids were put to death. So this was not a man that was to be played around with. Right? And he knew that the Most High was with him. He just knew it. He just had the faith. He prayed so his servant could see what was happening. You understand? That's why we want the Most High to be an enemy to our enemies. That's one of the promises that he promised us. How can our enemies then take part in that promise? Does that make any sense? Huh? Let's get back to the portion. All right. So Balaam don't see the angel. He's wondering why his donkey is stopped in his tracks. All right. We are at 22 and 23.
Verse 23. And the donkey saw the angel of the Most High standing in the way, and his sword drawn in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And the donkey turned aside out of the way and went into the field. And Balaam smote the donkey to turn her into the way.
Right. So he's like, man, where you going? He wondering what the hell going on. Donkey just going wherever he want to go. So he trying to, discipline the donkey. All right. Read on.
Verse 24.
Uh-huh.
But the angel of the Most High stood in a path of the vineyard,
Mm-hmm.
a wall being on this side and a wall on that side.
Right.
And when the donkey saw the angel of the Most High, she thrust herself unto the wall,
Mm-hmm.
and crushed Balaam's foot against the wall.
Right.
And he smote her again.
Right.
And the angel of the Most High went further and stood in a narrow place,
Right.
where was no way to turn either to the right hand or to the left.
Right. So now, he get the donkey to move up a little bit. Right. Then the donkey run into the wall because he see the angel. The angel move forward. He get the donkey going again. All right. Read on.
Verse 27.
Uh-huh.
And when the donkey saw the angel of the Most High, she fell down under Balaam.
Uh-huh.
And Balaam's anger was kindled, and he smote the donkey with a staff.
Right, so now he's frustrated with this animal. Alright, read on.
And the Most High opened the mouth of the donkey. And she said unto Balaam, What have I done unto thee, that thou hast smitten me these 3 times?
Right, so now you gotta imagine Balaam's face right now. He mad, he probably cussing some bad words, beating on this donkey. The donkey turned around and said, Yo, why you beating me up like this?
I probably jumped on that thing, left him right there.
Right? Read on.
And Balaam said unto the donkey.
Right, so now that gets me, because now he talked back. The donkey talked to him, he talked back. Right, read.
Because thou hast mocked me, I would there were a sword in my hand, for now would I kill thee.
Right, if I had a sword, I'd chop you up into pieces right now. Right, read.
And the donkey said unto Balaam, Am I not thine donkey, upon which thou hast ridden ever since I was thine unto this day? Was I ever wont to do so unto thee? And he said, Nay.
Right. So donkey said, Listen, man, I've been obedient. Have I ever did this to you? Right? Balaam said, You know what? You're right. Right, you're right. Right, read on.
Verse 31. Then the Most High opened the eyes of Balaam, and he saw the angel of the Most High standing in the way,
right,
and his sword drawn in his hand, and he bowed down his head,
right,
and fell flat on his face.
Right. See, I don't know about y'all. I don't too really want to see an angel. If you really know what they look like, if you see them, I'm doing the same thing. I'm hitting the deck. Alright? Read on.
And the angel of the Most High said unto him, Wherefore hast thou smitten thy donkey these 3 times? Behold, I went out to withstand thee, because thy way is perverse before me. And the donkey saw me and turned from me these 3 times, unless she had turned from me. Surely now also I had slain thee, and saved her life.
Right. So the donkey didn't stop. I would have killed you. The donkey would have been fine. Right? Read on.
And Balaam said unto the angel of the Most High, I have sinned, for I knew not that thou stoodest in the way against me.
Right.
Now therefore, if it despise thee, I will get me back again. And the angel of the Most High said unto Balaam, Go with the men, but only the word that I shall speak unto thee, that thou shalt speak. So Balaam went with the princes of Balak.
Right? So the Most High making sure, you understand, everything is clear. His instructions are clear. There's no reason for Balaam to go ahead and do his own will. Get it in his mind. You know what? I take this money, I say a little something to get some gain out of this. Alright? Read on.
And when Balak heard that Balaam was come, he went out to meet him unto a city of Moab, which is in the border of Arnon,
right,
which is in the utmost coast. And Balak said unto Balaam, Did I not earnestly send unto thee to call thee? Wherefore camest thou not unto me? And I not able indeed to promote thee to honor? And Balaam said unto Balak, Lo, I am come unto thee. Have I now any power at all to say anything? The word that the Most High putteth in my mouth, that shall I speak.
Right, so he said, I'm here, man. I'm here now. But what I have to say is from the Most High. All right, read.
And Balaam went with Balak, and they came unto Kirjath-Huzzah. And Balak offered oxen and sheep, and sent to Balaam and to the princes that were with him.
Right.
And it came to pass on the morrow that Balak took Balaam and brought him up into the high places of Baal, that thence he might see the utmost part of the people.
Right. So now he took Balaam up to a high place, so where he can see the children of Israel. afar off. All right, chapter 23.
Chapter 23, Numbers chapter 23 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And Balaam said unto Balak, build me here 7 altars, and prepare me here 7 oxen and 7 rams. And Balak did as Balaam had spoken. And Balaam offered on every altar a bullock and a ram.
Mm-hmm.
And Balaam said unto Balak, stand by thy burnt offering, and I will go. Peradventure the Most High will come to meet me, and whatsoever he showeth me, I will tell thee.
Right.
And he went to an high place.
Mm-hmm.
And the Most High met Balaam, and he said unto him,
Right.
I have prepared 7 altars, and I have offered upon every altar a bullock and a ram. And the Most High put a word in Balaam's mouth, and said, return unto Balak, and thus thou shalt speak. And he returned unto him, and lo, he stood by his burnt sacrifice, he and all the princes of Moab.
Right.
And he took up his parable, and said, Balak, the king of Moab, had brought me from Aram.
Brought from where?
Aram.
From where?
Aram.
Okay. So this gives you a little clue of who Balaam is, where he's from, at least. Aram. Where have we seen this before? Ahrahyahla, get Aram on the map. Just go to Google and click Aram on the map. Get a picture of Aram, and then get a picture of of the Chaldees, and then get a picture of Padan Aram. Give me a big one. All right. Aram. Right? So we can tell it's north of the land of Israel. We're looking at like Syria, the area of Syria, right? Give me a picture of of the Chaldees. You don't have to close that out. Open up another tab. Who was from of the Chaldees? Anybody know? Abraham. Right? When the Most High called him, that's where he was. Of the Chaldees. Right? He left the religion of his parents, the people in that time, was what? Mysticism, witchcraft, right? They're of the Chaldees. You see it? It's the same place. Where did Isaac and Jacob get their wives from? Bring that picture of Padan Aram. His father's land. They went to Padan Aram. Right? So now we know there's some kinship somewhere, right, between Balaam and the children of Israel, but through Abraham. Somewhere around there. May not be kinship, but they're from the same area. You understand? How is, he able to know to set up 7 pillars? Right? The ram, the bullock. How does he know so much about the Most High? You understand? These people worship other gods, true. But they know of the one true God. They have knowledge of these things. Yeah, Padan. They have knowledge of the Most High God. Right. We got Haran, yep. Padan Aram, yep. The same place. That same area. Mesopotamia. You understand? Right. Alright, so let's get back. So these things, you know, he has knowledge of you know, angels of the Most High. He has knowledge of the Most High. This is not foreign to him. Right? Let's get back to the portion.
Book of Numbers, chapter 23 and verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
And he took up his parable and said, Balak, king of Moab, hath brought me from Aram,
Right?
out of the mountains of the east,
Mm-hmm.
saying, Come, curse me, Jacob, and come, defy Israel.
Uh-huh.
How shall I curse whom the Most High had not cursed?
Right?
Or how shall I defy whom the Most High hath not defied?
Right. So listen, he's saying he can't do anything basically without the Most High's permission. Right? The Most High is with these people. He can't do anything to them. Read on.
For from the top of the rocks I see him,
Mm-hmm.
and from the hills I behold him. Lo, the people shall dwell alone, and shall not be reckoned among the nations.
Uh-huh.
Who can count the dust of Jacob,
Mm-hmm.
and the number of the fourth part of Israel?
Right?
Let me die the death of the righteous, and let my last end be like his.
Mm-hmm.
And Balak said unto Balaam, What hast thou done unto me?
Right?
I took thee to curse mine enemies, and behold, thou hast blessed them altogether.
Right. So now what is Balak accusing Balaam of doing? Huh? Yeah, but Balaam didn't do anything. Right? Balak ain't getting it. Kind of slow. Right? Read on.
And he answered and said, Must I not take heed to speak that which the Most High hath put in my mouth?
Uh-huh.
And Balak said unto him, Come, I pray thee, with me unto another place, from whence thou mayest see them.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt see but the uttermost part of them,
Mm-hmm.
and shalt not see them all, and curse me them from thence.
Right. So now let me take you somewhere else where, you know, might have a better chance of persuading you. Maybe because you see all of them. You know what I'm saying? You're just scared. Alright? So we're going to try this again. Read.
Verse 14.
Uh-huh.
And he brought him into the field of Zophim,
Mm-hmm.
to the top of Pisgah, and built 7 altars, and offered a bullock and a ram on every altar.
Right?
And he said unto Balak, Stand here by thy burnt offering, while I meet the Most High yonder.
Right?
And the Most High met Balaam, and put a word in his mouth, and said, Go again unto Balak, and say thus. And when he came to him, behold, he stood by his burnt offering,
Mm-hmm.
and the princes of Moab with him. And Balak said unto him, What hath the Most High spoken?
Right. What did he say? Read.
And he took up his parable, and said, Rise up, Balak, and hear. Hearken unto me, thou son of Zippor.
Uh-huh.
Most High is not a man that he should lie,
Right?
neither the son of man that he should repent.
Uh-huh.
Hath he said, and shall he not do it?
Right?
Or hath he spoken, and shall he not make it good?
Right. So whatever the Most High said is solid. Right? And we know that true across the scriptures. Right? The Most High spoke it, you can take it to the bank. Right? Read on.
Behold, I have received commandment to bless.
And he that blessed, and I cannot reverse it. He hath not beheld iniquity in Jacob.
Right.
Neither hath he seen perverseness in Israel. The Most High is the Most High. The Most High, his power is with him. And thou shalt of a king is among them.
And the shout of a king.
And the shout of a king is among them.
Right. So what's he saying? Somebody break that down for me. Because this is a powerful precept. And it leads to another powerful precept we bring out all the time. Why is it important to keep the commandments? Alright? What is Balak trying to have accomplished? How? By getting the Most High to curse them. What is Balaam here saying in verse 21? Why? Why? He's saying the Most High is with them, right? The shout of a king is with them. Right? Why? Let's read it again.
Verse 21.
Verse
21. He had not beheld iniquity in Jacob.
Read that again.
He had not beheld iniquity in Jacob.
Read it again.
He had not beheld iniquity in Jacob.
Read on.
Neither hath he seen perverseness in Israel.
Get Judah 5:20. Can we pull this all the time?
So, it's covenant.
What's that?
Covenant.
Expound. What are you asking me?
With Jacob, he made this promise to Jacob. No.
Right.
Is that what it's going into?
So, all right. We're gonna read this, and then it'll be made clear to you. All right. Remember, Balaam has some knowledge of what's going on, what's happening, why these people can't be cursed.
Right.
Because the Most High is not allowing them to be cursed. He then says to Balak, the Most High don't see any sin in these people. Right?
So usually when we sin, when we get conquered.
Absolutely. And we're gonna see why. All right? You got that up? Read.
It is the book of Judah, chapter 5 and verse 20.
Uh-huh.
Now therefore, my Lord and governor,
Uh-huh.
if there be any error in this people.
Right. So this is who's speaking? This is Achior, what, right? A captain of the Ammonites. Right? He's talking to Holofernes, right? A captain of the army of Assur. This is what he's explaining to them. Right? Read.
Now therefore, my Lord and governor,
Uh-huh.
if there be any error in this people,
Right?
and they sin against their God,
They do what?
and they sin against their God,
What's going to happen?
let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
Right. So now they sin against the Most High. Consider this their destruction.
But,
We got them. You got something?
if we're following the law, statutes, and
Come on, read on, huh? Read on.
And let us go up,
Uh-huh.
and we shall overcome them.
Uh-huh.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation,
No what?
no iniquity in their nation,
What is iniquity?
sin.
Sin. What is sin? Transgression of the law. Read on.
let my Lord now pass by,
Uh-huh.
lest their power defend them.
Their what?
Their power defend them,
Uh-huh.
and their God be for them,
Uh-huh.
and we become a reproach before all the world.
Right. So now you go messing with them, and the Lord is pleased with these people, you're going to be embarrassed. The whole world is going to be talking about you. All right? The same way the whole world talking about what Israel did to the Amorites. You're going to be talking about what Israel did to you. You understand? So Balaam understands this right here. Listen, the Lord don't see any sin in these people. I can't do anything to them. So what does that say about us today?
Right.
Huh? What does that say about us today?
We still is people.
How? Yeah, we know that. But what does it say about us getting out of our condition today? Understand that there is a King Balak right now, consulting with Balaam right now, today, to curse the children of Israel. But the problem is, there's iniquity amongst us. Right? You don't know Esau is always consulting spirits and all kind of foolishness. They find all kind of ways to keep us in sin. Right? That's why I led with earlier, we sin and we don't know we sinning. Why? Because it's normal life to us. Everyday life. What goes on the pizza? Pepperoni. Right? If you want to draw a pizza so somebody knows it's a pizza, you got to put the pepperoni on that. Or else they won't know it's a pizza. They may think it's a pie or something. Right? What day is the Lord's Day? We know that. But you didn't know that until yesterday. You just learned that. You understand? We just learned about the Shabbat day. We just learned about clean and unclean. We just learned the things that please the Most High. We just learned that yesterday. Right? How many more of us don't know that? How many of us defend the fact that they don't know it? How many of us justify them not knowing it? How many of them fight to actually do the opposite? We teach our people to keep the Sabbath day. Christians will fight you tooth and nail not to keep the Sabbath day. We teach our people not to eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster. They will fight us tooth and nail to eat those things. You understand? Does that sound like a person that wants to be rescued? No. Because they don't know they're in captivity. Right? They have no clue. Because what? They are just parroting what they've been taught. Force-fed. Right? Let's get back to it. So we understand what Balaam is saying here in 21, right? Numbers? Okay. 22.
There's the book of Numbers, chapter
So
22.
and go back and read Judith, the 5th chapter. Because other nations know our history. They know our history. That guy gave them the whole rundown from Abraham till that point in that chapter. Alright? Read on.
There's the book of Numbers, chapter 23 and verse 22. The Most High brought them out of Egypt. He had, as it were, the strength of an unicorn. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob.
Right.
Neither is there any divination against Israel.
Right.
According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what hath the Most High wrought?
Right. So he's saying, surely there's no enchantment. There's nothing you can do. You can't put a spell on the children of Israel, especially they keeping the commandments. You can't do anything. So we don't have to fear these things. You understand? Our brothers from headquarters, they set up in front of what do you call it? What, a voodoo shop? Yeah, where they sell candles and herbs and potions. Right? It's a voodoo shop.
What's the name of it?
Somewhere in Fort Lauderdale. The name of it is not important.
Yes.
But it's known, people go there when they want to get money. They want money, so they go buy this candle and this thing and light this and do that and put this ribbon on and all kind of nonsense. That's what's going on. We see them everywhere at these shops. We see them everywhere. We pass them when we don't know.
The
Botanica.
Yeah.
Right.
Botanica.
They everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? Women go in there and they want this man to fall in love with them. So put this in their food and make them smell this and da 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 da. Right? Then 3 months later, he knocking you over the head. You don't know what's going on. He beating the hell out of you. You don't know why. All right? That's why. You understand? All right. Verse 24.
Verse 24.
Uh-huh.
Behold, the people shall rise up as a great lion,
Mm-hmm.
and lift up himself as a young lion.
Uh-huh.
He shall not lie down until he eat of the prey,
Uh-huh.
and drink the blood of the slain.
Right. So what's happening here? All right. Balaam was given a prophecy. He said we're not gonna be like, where were we called the old lion? We were called the old lion. We were prophesied to be an old lion. Judah was. All right. Get that, Genesis 49. All right. The prophecy, huh?
Say not good.
Right, not Gad. Y'all just drunk on the reservation somewhere. Verse 9.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 9.
Uh-huh.
Judah is a lion's whelp.
Mm-hmm.
For the prey, my son, thou art gone up,
Mm-hmm.
and stopped down, and stooped down.
Right.
He couched as a lion,
Right.
and as an old lion.
Uh-huh.
Who shall rouse him up?
Who shall rouse him up? Balaam is given a prophecy of that lion being rose up. All right. And he's going to eat, and he's going to drink all the blood. Who is that talking about? Who specifically?
I mean, who is that going to get done to? That's what you asking?
No. Who specifically? Behold, the people shall rise up, a great lion. Who is that referring to?
The great lion of Israel.
Get Revelations. Get Revelations 5.
Oh. 5 and 5.
All right.
Famous one.
All right. Read that.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 5 and verse 5.
Uh-huh.
And one of the elders said unto me,
Uh-huh.
Weep not. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah,
Uh-huh.
the root of David,
Uh-huh.
hath prevailed to open the book
Uh-huh.
and to loose the 7 seals thereof.
So he prevailed. The Lion of the tribe of Judah has prevailed. All right. Listen, we can't forget all the scriptures talk about the slain of the Lord shall be many. You know what I'm saying? Yahushua gonna come back, his garments full of blood. All right? Like he's treading the wine press. All right? This is what he's coming back for. You understand? Read on. Let's go back. Let's get back. All right? So Balaam giving some heavy prophecy, man. Listen, you finish. Moab, you finish. Enjoy the little time you have now, your little land here. Enjoy that. Don't worry about coming against these people. You finish. All right? Read. 25.
Verse 25.
Mm-hmm.
And Balak said unto Balaam,
Mm-hmm.
Neither curse them at all, nor bless them at all.
Mm-hmm.
But Balaam answered and said unto Balak, Told not I thee, saying, All that the Most High speaketh, that I must do?
Right. So Balak is like, all right, listen, man, don't do nothing. Don't even curse them. Don't bless them. Don't do anything. Balaam said, listen, I can't. You put me here. I'm in this spot now. You know, I can only do what the Lord telling me to do. All right. Read on.
And Balak said unto Balaam,
Mm-hmm.
Come, I pray thee, I will bring thee unto another place.
Uh-huh.
Peradventure it will please the Most High, that thou mayest curse me them from thence.
Uh-huh.
And Balak brought Balaam unto the top of Peor, that looketh toward Jeshimon.
Mm-hmm.
And Balaam said unto Balak, Build me here 7 altars, and prepare me here 7 bullocks and 7 rams.
Uh-huh.
And Balak did as Balaam had said, and offer a bullock and a ram on every altar.
Right, so now Balak trying to, he trying everything. He's even trying to speak like, okay, let's try to please the Most High. All right? Read on. Chapter 24.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 24, and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
And when Balaam saw that it pleased the Most High to bless Israel, he went not, as at other times, to seek for enchantments, but he set his face toward the wilderness. And Balaam lifted up his eyes, and he saw Israel abiding in his tents, according to their tribes.
Right.
And the Spirit of the Most High came upon him. And he took up his parable and said, Balaam the son of Beor had said, and the man whose eyes are open had said, he had said, which heard the words of the Most High, which saw the vision of the Almighty, falling into a trance, but having his eyes open.
Right, so he's sitting there, he's got his eyes open. He's in a gaze, in a trance. All right, read on.
How goodly are thy tents, O Jacob, and thy tabernacles, O Israel. As the valleys are they spread forth, as gardens by the river's side, as the trees of
the trees line.
As the trees of lion. Oh, what is that?
Lion aloes.
Lion aloes. As the trees of lion aloes which the Most High have planted, and as cedar trees beside the waters. He shall pour the water out of his buckets, and his seed shall be many waters. And his king shall be higher. And his king shall be higher than Agag, and his kingdom shall be exalted.
Right.
The Most High brought him forth out of Egypt. He had as it were the strength of an unicorn.
Right.
He shall eat up the nations his enemies, and shall break their bones.
Right.
And pierce them through with his arrows.
Right. Read on.
Verse 9. He couched, he lay down as a lion, and as a great lion. Who shall stir him up?
Right.
Blessed is he that blesseth thee, and cursed is he that curseth thee.
Right. So what we have here, in this trance, what's happening? He's saying, listen, these people, the children of Israel, ain't nothing to mess with. Alright? They are like a seed that the Most High has planted. And he's watering them, and they're going to grow. They're going to be like cedars by the water. Right? We read that in Psalms 1. Right? These people are going to be mighty and powerful. Nothing you can do about it. Right? Your best bet is to bless them. You understand? But guess what? We know that didn't happen. Because when you read through the book of Judges, Moab and Israel always going at it. Because what happened? Israel get cursed, and then they get put in captivity. Some of them get taken off. You understand? But right here, we seeing this. Who shall stir him up? Blessed is he that blesses thee, and curses he that curses thee. Where have we heard that before? Huh? Get Genesis 12. Let's get Genesis 12. You can start at verse 1.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 12 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Now the Most High has said unto Abram,
All right.
Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred,
Right.
and from thy father's house,
Right.
unto a land that I will shew thee. And I will make of thee a great nation,
Right.
and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing.
Read on.
And I will bless them that bless thee,
Right.
and curse him that curseth thee.
Uh-huh.
And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed.
Right. So what have we here? Who's this verse talking about? Who's the subject of this scripture? Isn't that Abraham?
Yeah, Abraham.
Abraham and his seed? Right? But guess what now? and in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. Christians teach that that's salvation to everybody. That would have to negate everything we just read today. You understand? This is according to Abraham and his seed. You understand? And so something just hit me. All right? Because we know how the other nations going to be blessed, all right? Go to 18. No, 22. Get Genesis 22. All right? We know how the other nations are going to get blessed. You got that?
Come.
Read.
21. This is the book of Genesis, chapter
18.
22 and verse.
Hold on, Salaki. Start at 16.
Verse 16.
Uh-huh.
And said, by myself have I sworn, said the Most High.
Right.
For because thou hast done this thing.
What was this thing? He was about to give up Isaac. He was about to sacrifice Isaac, right? Read on.
And has not withheld thy son, thine only son.
Right.
That in blessing I will bless thee.
Right.
And in multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven.
Right.
And as the sand which is upon the seashore.
Right.
And thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies.
Thy what?
Thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies.
Thy seed will be in possession of the gates of his enemies. Right? What does that mean? If I possess your gate, the gate to your house, what does that mean? I have full control of everything that comes inside your house and that leaves your house. So what does that mean? I run it. I run you. I'm in control of you. If I possess the gate of my enemy, I control my enemy. That's his blessing. You understand? Because if you ask a Christian this, would you have, because we all have received Christianity on the other side through slavery. Would you have rather your people not go through all the atrocities through slavery and not have Christianity? Or would you rather to go through all that to have Christianity? Because when you ask them that, now they got to think. All right? Now they got to think. Now they have to come up with some way to justify slavery. You understand? And all it does is show the love they have for their oppressor. And they're going to say, yes, they were blessed. Because look at what he has done for me. We have air conditioning now. We have technology now. We have all of this now. And it's all because of him. That's what they will have to say. You understand? All right. So I guess it will work both ways then, right? Because we know we would truly bless them by what? They're going to have to keep the commandments. That is the only way you will stop rape and stop theft and stop, murder. Right? Is to have people in charge who do not put up with these things and that will execute true judgment. Right? Because why do these things go on? Because they are allowed to go on. You understand? These things are made business. This is big business. You understand? You wouldn't need a law enforcement. They need money. They spending that budget. All right? Come September, boy, they spending everything they got. Because they want more money for next year. All right? And they're going to have to show why they need this stuff. Say, listen, man, cars getting stolen, this and that. We need more equipment. All right? These gangs are terrible. We need more budget for gang tasks or whatever. So we need tanks. We need this. We need that.
The worse you do, the more they give you.
Exactly.
Like the school system. The school system does that. When the children are failing and the school drops down a certain level, they have to get funding. They have to get more funding.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Give me First Maccabees. Right. Give me First Maccabees 2. Verse 6. Start at 6.
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 2 and verse 6.
Right, so we still talking about blessing Israel and you be blessed. Alright? Well, we're going to see if anybody blessed us to receive any blessings. Alright? Read.
There's the book of First Maccabees, chapter 2 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
And when he saw the blasphemies that were committed in Judah and Jerusalem, he said, Woe is me!
Right.
Wherefore was I born to see this misery of my people,
right,
and of the holy city, and to dwell there when it was delivered into the hand of the enemy, and the sanctuary into the hand of strangers.
Right.
Verse 8. Her temple is become as a man without glory. Her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity. Her infants are slain in the streets.
Right.
Her young men with the sword of the enemy.
Right. So right now we have the Greeks putting heavy destruction on us right now. Right? And read what's said next, verse 10.
Verse 10. What nation had not had a part in her kingdom? And gotten of her spoil?
That's a rhetorical question. What nation haven't done this to us? You understand? He's seeing the destruction go down, right? The shame that is bringing us. He said, what nation hasn't done this to us? Was there any nation that stepped in to help? No. We don't see that at all. Right? And yet some of us can't understand the concept, of just worrying about us. Just worry about yourself. You're so ready to get Esau into the kingdom. Find a little foothold. Where did he ever speak up for you? Right? Read on. Finish that.
What nation had not had part in her kingdom, and gotten of her spoil?
Right. Get Psalms 83. Get Psalms 83.
Captivities of Israel.
All right. Captivities of Israel. You understand? At one point, every nation enjoyed having us under their foot and taking advantage of us somehow, some way. Right? You got that up? Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O Most High.
Right.
Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Most High. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Make a what?
Tumult. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Listen, these other nations hate the Most High. Right? These other nations has not changed their gods. They haven't. They're still worshiping the same gods they've always worshipped. Right? What's the name of today? We call it the Shabbat day. When you look on your calendar, what is it? Saturday. Right? What god is that? What god was that derived from? Saturn. Saturn. People used to say, right? Was it Rome? They would say, or was it Greece? Either one. They would say, may Saturn be with you. I know they would be like, may Jupiter be with you. May Jupiter bless you. Right? That's how they used to talk. Because those were their gods. Right? Saturday. You have Thursday, Thor's Day. You have Wednesday, Odin's Day. Right? All these days. All these holidays. There goes the captivities of Israel. Right? The Egyptians, Cushites, Moabites, Canaanites, Midianites, Ammonites, Philistines, Assyrians, Babylonians, right? The Persians and the Medes, the Greeks and Romans. Well, I guess we can, cross out. Who's left? You understand? Who's left? All right. Well, that's there, man. Right? Greeks and Romans. America's just an offshoot of Rome. All right? It's a part of that red dragon. You understand? There's no blessing left for anybody. The first scripture we learn coming is truth is Romans 9. The first chapter we probably read out, Romans 9. Got that joint committed to memory. You understand?
That's right.
Because that don't leave anything else for anybody else.
Nothing else.
Right? Finish that in Psalms. Read on.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 3.
Uh-huh.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
and
consulted against thy hidden ones.
Right?
They have said,
hold on, crafty counsel. What's that? A crafty counsel. Listen, if we have a crafty counsel on some matter, we're looking to attack something in a very slick way. Right? This way is going to be hidden. They're not going to see it coming. Right? This is the wit that we're gonna put these people under a spell, man. We're gonna have these people under some heavy witchcraft. All right? We're gonna set them up. All right? Crafty counsel.
Something that's orchestrated.
Absolutely. And they went through every detail. And listen, there's old books, man. Detailed on how they're gonna treat us, how they're gonna set things up. You understand? Read on.
they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Right?
That the name of Israel may no more be in remembrance.
Right. You just found out about Israel yesterday. You understand? It's been in the Bible the whole time. You've been going to church your whole life. But you just heard about Israel yesterday. Alright? Read on.
Verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom.
Right.
The Ishmaelites. Of Moab.
Right.
And of the Hagarenes. Jebel.
Gabal.
And Ammon.
Right.
And Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Right.
Assur also is joined with them. They have holpen the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera.
Alright, we could drop that. So we understand here, these other nations are enemies with the Most High. Right? The Lord is not coming to save them. They don't need to be saved. Who did the Most High give his word to? Jacob. And his judgments to Israel. Other nations have not known them. Give me Amos 9. Alright? Give me Amos 9 and start at 8. The other nations don't know the judgments. Or what I mean, no. They can read it and know, okay, the Lord will judge me for doing this. They don't physically know the judgments from the Most High. They don't physically know the commandment because the Most High didn't give it to them. He didn't talk to them. He did not make a covenant with them. Alright? You got that? Alright? Amos 9. Verse 8.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 9 and verse 8.
Right.
Behold, the eyes of the Most High are upon the sinful kingdom.
Right.
And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob.
Except who?
the house of Jacob.
You're going to destroy the kingdoms except the house of Jacob. Read.
Saith the Most High.
Uh-huh.
Saith the Most High Power. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations.
He will do what?
I will sift the house of Israel among all nations.
What is to sift something? What is it to sift something?
It's like evenly spread.
Right, okay. What do you use to evenly spread something?
It's like when,
A strain.
yeah.
A strainer, right? We use a strainer for something. You pour it in there because you want to hold something and the water will fall out. Right?
Watch.
Right. When you digging for gold, right? You dig the dirt, you put the dirt in the thing and what? You shake it up and what's left? All the dirt fall out and what's left? The gold, right? Finish that.
Like as corn is sifted in a sieve,
Uh-huh.
yet shall not yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
Right. So not the least of the children of Israel he's going to miss. He's going to find us. He's going to find us from every corner that we're in. Right? Read on.
Verse 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword,
Uh-huh.
which say, the evil shall not overtake or prevent us.
Listen, all the gainsayers that we have, listen, they're going to get put to death. Right? All the sinners of my people shall be slain by my sword. Right? These things, give me Ezekiel 39. Alright? Ezekiel 39. Con. 39, Salaki. Yeah, Con. 39:23. Read when you got it, right?
There's a book of Ezekiel chapter 39 and verse 23.
Uh-huh.
And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity.
So the other nations are going to know that we went into captivity for our iniquity. Alright? They didn't go into captivity with us. They shared no part in that. Read.
Because they trespassed against me.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore hid I my face from them,
Uh-huh.
and gave them into the hand of their enemies.
Right?
So fell they all by the sword,
Uh-huh.
according to their uncleanness,
Mm-hmm.
and according to their transgressions have I done unto them,
Right?
and hid my face from them.
Right. Because what separates you from the Most High? Sin. Right? The Lord is saying, telling the heathens, listen, the only reason why you have them is because of their transgressions. Right? Read on.
Verse 25.
Mhm.
Therefore thus saith the Most High Power, now will I bring again the captivity of Jacob,
Uh-huh.
and have mercy upon the whole house of Israel,
Upon the whole house of Israel, read.
and will be jealous for my holy name.
Uh-huh.
After that they have borne their shame, and all their trespasses whereby they have trespassed against me,
Uh-huh.
when they dwelt safely in their land,
Right?
and none made them afraid.
Read on.
When I have brought them again from the people, and gathered them out of their enemies' land,
Uh-huh.
and am sanctified in them the sight of many nations,
Did what?
and am sanctified in them
Right.
in the sight of many nations.
In the sight, listen, all these other nations are going to do is just watch what's happening. They have no part in this. They're going to see it. They're going to observe it. Right? Read on.
Verse 28. Then shall they know that I am the Most High, their power.
Whose power?
Their power.
Uh-huh.
Which caused them to be led into captivity
Uh-huh.
among the heathen.
Right?
But I have gathered them unto their own land,
Right?
and have left none of them any more there.
Right?
Neither will I hide my face any more from them. For I have poured out my spirit upon the house of Israel, saith the Most High Power.
Right. But Joel says all flesh. Right? And you see, that's what they do. That's the witchcraft that was taught to them. You understand? That's the witchcraft that was taught to them. Who's the one picking and choosing scriptures here? Alright? Let's get back on. Let's get back.
Precept, Baruch 4 and 6.
Come on. Get that up.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 6. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath. Ye were delivered unto the enemies.
Right. So those same enemies we were delivered from, we were delivered to, we're going to be delivered from. Not the enemy is with us. Right? That makes sense? Alright? There's more on that?
Yeah.
Read.
For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils, and not to the Most High.
Right. So now we sacrificing to the devils till this day. Right? Every December 25th.
That's right.
Every December 25th. Every February 14th. Every January 1st. What's some other dates? What's some other dates? Father's Day, Mother's Day, Thanksgiving. You sacrificing the devils, man. And it's been made normal to us. Right? Read on.
Ye have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem, and that nursed you.
Right?
For when she saw the wrath of the Most High coming upon you, she said, Hearken, O ye that dwell about Zion, the Most High hath brought upon me great mourning. For I saw the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting brought upon them.
Right. You want to keep, that's it? All right, come. Absolutely. You understand? Excellent precept. Elder minister.
Come.
Right? Absolutely. Because that goes into what this whole topic is about.
Right.
You understand? We are here being told, we are bewitched to sin. We have been tricked into continual, perpetual sin. Right? Thus we have no protection from the Most High. You understand? Let's go back. Where we at? Verse 10? 24 and 10? Come. Right. But that time is coming to an end very quickly. And we see that. We see it. Right? You got that?
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 24 and verse 10. And Balak's anger was kindled against Balaam, and he smote his hands together. And Balak said unto Balaam, I called thee to curse my enemies, and behold, thou hast altogether blessed them these 3 times. Therefore now flee thou to thy place. I thought to promote thee unto great honor.
Right.
But lo, the Most High have kept thee back from honor.
And listen, I was going to make you great, but the Lord has held you back. And that's another thing, the same way the serpent did to Eve, the same kind of mind game the serpent played on Eve. Listen, they trying to hold you back. You could be powerful like God. You understand? All these different philosophies. Man, there's people, I know you heard on the Clubhouse, with the witches.
Yeah.
The people blending witches and Christianity. You're a Christian witch. A Christian witch.
Why not?
Yeah. And they're serious about it. You understand? The Most High, oh, we being held back and all this stuff. You know? Read on. Listen, the Most High is not holding us back from anything. We do what He says do. That's how we get blessing. Blessings come from the Most High. And there's no sorrow that come with the blessing that He gives us. That's Proverbs 10. Alright? Read on now.
Verse 12. And Balaam said unto Balak, Spake I not also to thy messengers, which thou sendest unto me, saying, If Balak would give me his house full of silver and gold,
right,
I cannot go beyond the commandment of the Most High, to do either good or bad in my own mind. But what the Most High saith, that will I speak.
Right.
Verse 14. And now, behold, I go unto my people. Come therefore, and I will advertise thee what this people shall do to thy people in the latter days. And he took up his parable and said, Balaam the son of Beor has said, and the man whose eyes are upon has said. He has said, which heard the words of the Most High, and knew the knowledge of the Most High, which saw the vision of the Almighty, falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh.
Right.
There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a sepulchre shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab,
right,
and destroy all the children of Seth.
So, Ahrahyahla, look up in Bible Hub, right? Give me that word for Seth, and we're gonna see what that means, right? So Balaam got another prophecy for him. There's gonna be a star that rise up out of Jacob. A scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Seth. That word there for Seth is tumult. Right? That word there for Seth is tumult. That same tumult we read in Psalms 83. All the nations that gathered together. He said, not only is that star gonna smite you, he's gonna smite everybody else. Right? We're gonna read on. Let us know when you got it up there, alright? What's that? Give me that Hebrew word. The meaning of the Hebrew word. Right. Because some go into saying Seth. Right? Son of Adam. But we know that's not what it's talking about. Alright? You'll find it. Verse 18.
Verse 18.
And
Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies. And Israel shall do valiantly.
Right.
Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. And when he looked on Amalek,
right,
he took up his parable,
right,
and said, Amalek was the first of the nations.
Right. So we know who is Amalek today. Yeah. The man who claims to be a Jew today. Right? That's Amalek. You telling me he's not first of the nations? Right? Think about that. What nation is on top right now? The so-called white man. Who is the top of the so-called white man? The so-called Jew. Right?
The ambassador.
The ambassador, right? Listen. The promise, the blessing was given to Esau. He would dwell in the fatness of the earth.
Right.
The best places. Amalek lived in the best of the best places. Right? the best of the best places. If you ask me, I don't know how they get the money to live there. I don't see, you know what I mean?
They steal.
They steal.
That's right.
They
They steal.
They steal. Plain and simple, they steal.
That's right. And they lie.
And they lie. Right? Alright, I'll find that. I'll find a little later for you.
They own the pornography.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Music industry.
Music, pornography,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Hollywood.
Hollywood,
Right?
and Bollywood. India. Got it.
You see that there?
System.
I don't see it. But if you see it, come. There we go. Right. You understand? You're going to smite Moab and the tumult. And the first, right, go right into Edom and then Amalek. Because right now, today, Amalek is first. You can't say anything about Amalek. You can't say nothing. Right? So I saw something the other day. Somebody put up a picture of Hitler. Right? They were saying how everybody knows this man. But then they put up a picture of Leopold from Belgium. And nobody know this man. But this man slaughtered tens of millions of Africans. Right? Chop their hands off, torture them, chop off their foot, all kind of madness. Torture. Nobody know them. Nobody know who he is. You understand? It's the same reason why we're not allowed to speak of the things that bother us. We're not allowed to speak of our oppression. Right? They have it set up now that a man that wants to be a woman can stand up boldly and talk about his oppression, his or her oppression. Alright? But we dare not speak of ours. They use everything that we fought for. Now they have a platform. Alright?
Remember Dave Chappelle, you remember he made that comment about you say anything against the alphabet people, they get on you.
Oh yeah.
Just like what's his name? He said the baby killed a guy in a Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't hear nothing about it. As soon as he said something about them alphabet people, they on his case.
Right. Right. Because our laws are count for nothing.
That's right. That's one law for Israel, another law for nations.
Alright? It's alright. The tables will turn. Let's go back. Where are we? Verse 19? 20.
20. There's a book of Numbers, chapter 24 and verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
And when he looked on Amalek,
Mm-hmm.
he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations,
Right?
but his latter end shall be that he perish forever.
That he what?
That he perish forever.
Gone. Poof. Disappeared.
That's the ambassador.
Thanos hit the finger.
Yeah.
Dust. Gone. You understand? Mashiach gone.
That's it.
Right? Read on.
Verse 21.
Mhm.
And he looked on the Canaanites.
No, Kenites.
Kenites.
Uh-huh.
Kenites. And took up his parable and said, Strong is thy dwelling place, and thou puttest thy nest in a rock.
Uh-huh.
Nevertheless, the Kenite shall be wasted until Ashur shall carry thee away captive.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 23. And he took up his parable and said, Alas, who shall live wherein the Most High doeth this?
Right?
And ships shall come from the coast of Chittim,
Uh-huh.
and shall afflict Ashur,
Right?
and shall afflict Eber,
Uh-huh.
and he also shall perish forever.
Right. So now, right now we know, according to Obadiah, it's one nation that's going to perish forever. Right? Right? So right here, we talked about Amalek perishing forever. Right? Ships from Kittim They're going to come and do something to the people of Asher and Eber. Right there, that's where we get the word Hebrew from. Right? That's going into what these people are going to do to us. The scriptures say, he shall also perish forever. Get First Maccabees out. We're going to see who came from Kittim. What people came from Kittim or Chittim? First Maccabees 1:1. Alright. Ship shall come and shall afflict Ashur and shall afflict Eber, and he also shall perish forever. Read.
There's the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 1. And it happened after the Alexander, son of Philip, and the Macedonian who came out of the land of Chittim.
Out of where?
Out of the land of Chittim.
Who's Alexander? Son of Philip. Yeah. Yeah. Right? That's who we learn. Listen, I know as for myself, world history consists of hunter-gatherers, well, no, dinosaurs, hunter-gatherers, Mesopotamia, you jump to Egypt, then you jump to Greece. You start learning about Alexander. Alright? Right, the Great. Then it slows down. Alright? It slows down when you get to ancient Greece. Because now you got to learn about Alexander. They want you to learn about Alexander. Alright? Then all his generals, and then the Romans, and then you go into his mythology. Then they make you read the Odyssey. Alright? Then they make you read all these people about philosophies and stuff like that. They ingrain this culture into you. What's that? There you go. Right? Well, guess what? The day is going to come where they're going to know everything about Jacob. And they're going to know everything about every judge we ever had. Right? They're going to know our history because they won't have a choice to. They will not have a choice. They're going to sit down and recite every king that ever sat on the throne of Israel. In order. Backwards and front. Alright? This is going to be mandatory. You can drop that. Come back to Numbers. Alright? So we know who's that from Kittim. Verse 25.
Verse 25. And Balaam rose up and went and returned to his place. And Balak also went his way.
Right. Chapter 25.
Chapter 25 and verse 1. And Israel abode in Shittim. And the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab.
There you go. See, that's all he had to do in the first place, huh? Send some women over there. Get Israel to go off. Read on.
And they called the people unto the sacrifices of their God. And the people did eat and bow down to their God.
Right. So now, you know, we going into heavy idolatry. Right? We get with their women and bowing to their gods and things of that sort. Read on.
And Israel joined himself unto Baal Peor. And the anger of the Most High was kindled against Israel. And the Most High said unto Moses, take all the heads of the people and hang them up before the Most High against the sun, that the fierce anger of the Most High may be turned away from Israel.
That the what?
That the fierce anger of the Most High shall be turned away from Israel.
Listen, the Most High needed something to happen to feel better. And what happened was to take the heads of the people. Take the heads of who? Who did it say? Take the heads of the people and hang them. Right. So he just wanted heads. Right? Heads chopped off, put them up on the stake. Right? Read on.
Verse 5. And Moses said unto the judges of Israel, slay ye everyone his men that were joined unto Baal Peor. And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman.
Right. So heads were just taken off. The order was given to slay every man that was joined, that was participating in these acts. right? To kill them. That's how you put evil out of Israel. All right? That's how you do it. You don't set up a group and tell them it's okay, and then give them a voice to then, oh, but love is love. No. You got rid of them. That's what the Most High wanted, right? Now look at this. Verse 6.
And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses, and in the sight of all the congregation of the children of Israel, who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
Right, so they weeping. They just seen all this go down. This cat coming in with this woman. All right, read.
And when Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, saw it, he rose up from among the congregation,
right,
and took a javelin in his hand, and he went after the man of Israel into the tent, and thrust both of them through,
right,
the man of Israel and the woman through the belly,
right.
So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel. And those that died in the plague were 24,000.
Right. So we see there's still more rebels that are being purged out. All right. There's still more rebels being purged out before we fully take the land of Israel. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Get the Most High hand. All right. So that ends the portion. To verse 9. Okay. Anything you want to say, Mister?
Get the Most High hand. That was a good job. All the precepts out. That's what's up. No, I ain't got nothing. We can close out. I will. How about?
Okay. Okay. Well, throw out for the family. Throw it for the family online. We thank you for your support, your continuous support, and your continuous donations. Remember to give generously. Shalom.
Shalom.
Hallelujah.